Hi, this is Daniel DiTuro. Friends are always asking me, how can I eat foods that are banned or restricted by most diets and not gain weight or be on prescription medications for cholesterol and diabetes? They ask me what's my secret. My secret is, I have no secret. I love to cook and eat real foods, whereas studies show that many Americans now obtain 60% of their calories from prepared foods. Instead of getting fiber and protein from healthy sources like vegetable soups, they obtain it from protein bars and protein drinks that provide more sugar and calories. I was inspired to make this video after reading about a woman who lost 170 pounds in 4 years on her own without fad diets, surgery, or prepared meals. There are many reasons for maintaining a healthy weight, including reduced risk of diabetes, heart disease, stroke, and cancer, and increasing your energy level and life expectancy. At number 10, ignore claims for reduced fat. It is usually nothing more than marketing hype, which explains the asterisk on this bag of potato chips. In this example, 40% less fat does not mean 40% fewer calories. A 1-ounce serving has 20 calories less than typical serving of potato chips. Of the many ways of preparing potatoes, potato chips is the most calorie dense at 140 to 160 calories per ounce. Most fried potatoes have about 82 calories per ounce because fried potatoes have a higher moisture content. Oven frying, which uses less oil, reduces the calorie density to 50 calories per ounce. Boiled potatoes drizzled with olive oil have about the same number of calories as oven-fried potatoes. A baked potato with the skin before adding butter or sour cream has about 26 calories per ounce. When it comes to potatoes, baked, boiled, or oven-fried are better choices than deep-fried and potato chips. In this example, a medium baked potato with butter and Greek yogurt provides 30% more food for 30% fewer calories, and that's before adding calories from ketchup or other condiment. The next way to reduce calories in your diet is by reducing sugary beverages. Iced candied coffees have taken America by storm, but most have more sugar per ounce than soft drinks. It may seem hard to believe that carbonated sugar water has fewer calories than candied coffee. The next time your server asks if they can get you a drink, skip mixed drinks like this margarita. Mixed drinks have been supersized, and this 12-ounce margarita has about 250 calories. Wine isn't much better. A 12-ounce glass of white wine with 10% alcohol has 240 calories. If you can limit yourself to one bottle of 6% beer, you're consuming 140 calories. If you like drinking your coffee black, you've hit a gold mine. 12 ounces has a mere 4 calories. Add milk and sugar, and the calorie count increases to about 60. If you prefer tea to coffee, 12 ounces of unsweetened hot or cold tea has 0 calories. Adding 2 teaspoons of sugar to hot or cold tea increases the calorie count to 32. For reducing beverage calories, nothing beats water. You can save 300 or more calories restricting or modifying the beverages you drink. The next calorie-saving tip is eating a real breakfast. If you believe you're getting heart-healthy blueberries in a serving of toaster pastry, think again. You're getting refined sugar and flour and less than 1 gram of blueberries. Convenient, tasty muffin sandwiches provide a lot of refined white flour and saturated fat for up to 100 calories per ounce. A 5.3-ounce serving of Greek or natural yogurt with 1/2 cup of fresh fruit has about 150 calories. These two breakfasts provide the same amount of food, but the full breakfast has over 200 less calories. In this example, you can eat 2 homemade burritos, providing more food than the fast food burrito, and still save over 200 calories. Another way to reduce calories is by eating healthy snacks. Food manufacturers want you to buy granola and protein bars, Eat salty snacks like potato chips and pretzels, and obtain your fruit from sugar-laden candy. One of the best snacks is fresh fruit. Most don't require refrigeration and provide 100 calories or less per piece. If you like fresh vegetables, a quarter cup of my homemade ranch dressing has 100 calories, and if you pair it with celery, it takes more energy to digest celery than is in the celery itself. Yogurt and fresh fruit is another healthy alternative to sweet and salty snacks. One of the best ways to reduce calories is by reducing bakery items. Those enticing, calorie-laden foods that greet you as soon as you enter a supermarket, made mostly from refined white flour, refined sugar, and high in fat and fat calories. You would have to eat over 6 ounces of fresh blueberries for the same number of calories in these 2 blueberry cookies. You also get over 5 times the fiber with no refined sugar or flour. When it comes to pizza, think thin crust, less cheese and meat, and more veggies. These 2 servings of pizza have about the same number of calories, but the frozen pizza on the right has a thicker crust and lots of high saturated fat processed meats, like pepperoni, which originated in America. To cut up to 50% of the calories from a slice of pizza, avoid pizzas that look like this, and substitute pizzas that look like this, or this homemade Sicilian pizza with eggplant, black olives, and capers. Another way to significantly reduce your daily calories is to reduce bread consumption. Sliced bread, rolls, biscuits, and buns are a major source of calories and sodium in the American diet. Eliminating 1 slice of bread, 1 roll, or a flour tortilla can cut 150 calories or more from your diet. Replacing high-fat biscuits with low or no-fat dinner rolls can cut bread calories by 40% or more. Another easy way to cut calories is to reduce pasta portion sizes. For most Italians, pasta is a small part of their meal. For many Americans, pasta is their meal. Pasta with tomato sauce is so simple and economical to prepare, there's no need to resort to frozen entrees containing chemical ingredients you won't find in homemade pasta. Keep in mind that dry pasta has about 100 calories per ounce, and that prepared tomato sauce has about 50 to 100 calories per half cup serving. 2 ounces of dry pasta with 3/4 cup of tomato sauce has about 300 calories. Other ways of reducing pasta calories is to add them to soups or serve pasta with a lot of fresh vegetables and diced tomato instead of tomato sauce. Reducing red meat in your diet not only reduces calories, but can also reduce your risk of some cancers. That 16-ounce steak may be mouth-watering, but it can come with up to 1,200 calories. By limiting your steak size to 8 ounces, you reduce the number of calories by up to 50%. In this example, reducing the same cut from 8 ounces to the recommended 4 ounces, you reduce the number of calories by 50%, a savings of almost 300 calories. Full-fat dairy products in the form of milk, cheese, and yogurt is another major source of calories in the American diet. If you currently drink whole milk, non-fat milk can be a dramatic change, but you can reduce the amount of fat by going to 2% or 1% milk. Calorie savings is 30 to 70 calories per cup. When it comes to yogurt, you have a choice between full fat, reduced fat, and non-fat, and also plain, sweetened, and fruit on top, bottom, mixed, or on the side. Depending on brand and type, a 6-ounce serving can have 95 to 240 calories. These are just a few examples of how small changes in your diet can produce lasting results. I hope you found this information helpful. Thank you for watching. Buon appetito!